guys, it's Ilana and welcome back to my channel. I am going to be doing something different. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Typically on my channel, I post content about what it's like to navigate life and dating in San Francisco, but today we're going to be making an anti-MLM video. This isn't an anti-MLM channel, so if you were looking for an anti-MLM channel, I'm sorry, this is not the channel for you, but if you still enjoy those kinds of videos, then you'll love this one at least. But if you are single navigating the dating world or you live in the Bay Area, subscribe down below because you will definitely love my channel. Buckle up because we got a lot to talk about, so here we go. I do want to say that this video is going to be very long, and it's okay if you want to leave it up and running while you're getting work done because you don't necessarily need to be watching the video to know what's going on. The reason I'm making anti-MLM content on this channel, and I'm only doing this video once, is because I'm currently preparing for a bikini competition. My show is in 3 weeks, and Beachbody is a health and fitness MLM, which I used to be a part of. I know, super embarrassing. I also watch a lot of anti-MLM videos myself, and so I became inspired to make my own video. And I just kind of wanted to share my story. And as someone who loves fitness very, very much and competes in bikini competitions, I just want to be able to share my story of being involved with an MLM and how awful and predatory these business models are. Also, one thing we're not going to do is send any hate to anyone in an MLM. I have to address that the anti-MLM community gets flagged as bullies and haters, and that's quite the opposite of what we're doing. We're just trying to spread awareness and educate others so they know that MLMs are very predatory and they're dangerous. They prey on the vulnerable, and you will lose money. I am very much against joining an MLM, and you should be too. I do not hate anybody in MLMs, and I'm not going to say anything badly about my upline in this video. I'm simply just going to call them out on some of the things that they did. That is the reason for the anti-MLM community. It is just to point out terrible things that are being said and done. It's not to personally attack anyone. I am very much against bullying and would never do that on my channel. Now that I've said enough, let's start off with how I got involved with Beachbody. It was my last year of grad school, that summer before, where I took a good look in the mirror and I thought to myself that I needed to lose weight. I had let myself go and that I needed to become better at being healthier because I was not doing that. When I first started my health and fitness journey, I started off with doing one of Katie Hearn's Build a Booty workout programs, and I lost 3 pounds from doing that. But to me, that felt like it wasn't enough. So I kept deciding to explore my options in terms of health and fitness and what would be very sustainable for me and my goals to maintain a better and healthier lifestyle. One day out of the blue, a girl that I went to middle school with reached out to me with the typical "hey girl" message, which is what a lot of MLM people like to start off with when they're trying to recruit you into their MLM. She had reached out to me and said, "Hey girl, just thought I'd reach out and say hello and see how you are. How's life these days? What are you up to?" And we were just basically having a conversation, just kind of catching up with each other's lives. Turns out that this was just a leeway into getting recruited for her MLM. So let's talk about that now. On August 13th, 2015, I got another message from her where she was inviting me to some sort of fitness challenge, and I was intrigued because I was trying to find a good fitness challenge to do to again become fitter and healthier. Hey lady, I know my invite to the back to school challenge was a little out of the blue, but your wonderful smile popped up in my mind, and when I was going down the friends invite list, I wanted to reach out and see if this might be something on your radar. If not, totally cool. Just wanted to include you if this might be something you're interested in being part of. Let me know if you want me to save you a spot or tell you more about it, but either way, I'm really glad we got the chance to catch up the other day. Hopefully we can again soon. I said, if it's a workout plan, I'm totally in. If not, then what is it, LOL? And she said, it's a workout plan, a nutrition guide, accountability, community, amazing superfood shakes that will rock your socks, and my personal coaching. And I said, awesome. Is it free or does it cost money? And I asked her, are you a personal trainer now? She said, your membership is free. It's just a matter of purchasing your program materials, then you're a member of Fit Community and have my personal coaching for life. I'm a fitness coach, not a trainer. Basically, she lied to me when saying that this membership was free because no, it is not free. it cost $160 to join her wellness community. Then once I paid for it, I was basically in it for life. So that is one of the first manipulative tactics that people in MLMs do and say to get people to sign up. And I really hated that she called herself a fitness coach. And this is something that I absolutely hate about Beachbody coaches, is that they say that they are fitness coaches when they have absolutely zero health and fitness credentials. It really ticked me off that she was saying that she was a fitness coach, and I trusted her. She was a certified fitness coach because she said that she was a fitness coach, so I thought that she had a certification. I didn't know that Beachbody was an MLM at the time. Oof. Let's just keep going. So then she was asking me about what kind of goals I was trying to accomplish, asked me to walk through my goal weight, my long-term health benefits, anything within my family history, which are some things that fitness coaches and personal trainers would ask you if you're trying to start a fitness plan. I told her something that I was already doing now. I told her I go to the gym and that I'm a very picky eater, so eating healthy has always been hard for me. And then I had found recipes to do, and I told her what I weighed and how tall I was. Told her how it's hard for me to lose weight and I have bad genetics. You get it. So then she replies back with saying, gotcha, all of that is totally achievable, honestly. The secret to good nutrition is in portion sizes and food group balance. The program I have in mind for you is 1 30-minute DVD workouts that you could take with you that will tackle those areas you're aiming for with shorter, high-intensity workouts every day. Scheduled in, you'll get amazing results, nutrition guides, color-coded portion containers, and superfood shakes to balance out your entire system. 80% of being healthy, losing weight, and toning up is what you eat. This gives you tons of information and tools to be flexible around what you'd like to eat, but understand how much you might be undernourishing or overindulging in different areas. It's very eye-opening, and trust me, you'll eat plenty. The goal is to never eat less. It's just what your body needs to function optimally. The shake will also prevent against menopausal weight gain, heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, and serve in your daily multivitamins, all in a chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry milkshake. Homegirl out here is really calling Shakeology a milkshake. It is absolutely not a milkshake, and we're going to talk about Shakeology in just a little bit. On top of all that, you're in a very supportive community of others working towards your goals alongside with your recipes, tips, and motivation available to you every single day. Does that sound like something that would benefit you? And I said, yeah, it sounds super awesome. I told her I'm tracking macros. Can I still incorporate my glute workouts with this? I haven't had protein shakes, and I'm not sure why I haven't been consuming them. LOL, how much is everything? So she just said, yeah, of course you can incorporate that into this program. And said the whole cost of everything, materials, membership, my coaching is all for $140. I was a grad student at the time on an assistantship, literally making paychecks of $432, and my rent was literally the exact price of my paycheck. So one paycheck would literally go to my rent, and then the other, well, I had $432 to live off of the entire month. So $140 sounded like way too much money. Basically, I was very dumb and decided, you know what, I will invest in this. I just need to wait until I get paid again. So I was very excited to get started with this new fitness program and to get the whole pack with the Shakeology, the diet plan, the workouts, because it sounded really fun. August 30th rolls around, and she has reached out to me saying that she has saved a spot for me for her September fitness challenge. And this is another manipulative recruiting tactic that Beachbody coaches use to get people to sign up, is when they say that they saved you a spot. They don't have a limited amount of spots. They just make it sound like it's in a high demand, that so many people are signing up that they get super overwhelmed and that they have to put a cap on it, when that's BS. There's always room for people who want to join because they're gonna make money off of it. So she hyped it all up for me. I got very excited, couldn't wait to get started, and I had officially signed up and I sent in my payment for the challenge pack for the 21-day fix. Let's talk about the 21-day fix and my experience with that. I did the 21-day fix and I lost a total of 5 pounds, but to be honest with you, I didn't really see that much of a difference in my before and after pictures. So I will kind of show that for you right up here. If you look at those pictures, you don't really see a difference. I kind of look the exact same despite the number on the scale being a lot lighter. While I was happy that I lost weight, I didn't see a difference at all, not even in the pictures. Another thing about the 21-day fix is that it got super repetitive and I got bored of the workouts pretty quickly. I felt like the workouts were a bit too cardio focused and I absolutely hated the nutrition plan. Those colored containers, that is not enough food to eat. One thing that I absolutely hate about Beachbody's nutrition plans is that they are absolutely terrible and they do not take in multiple things into account. They do not take your height, your age, anything like that into consideration. Basically, it's all about weight loss for Beachbody nutrition programs. Technically, you could do the 21-day fix nutrition plan on a maintenance diet. They give you some sort of formula to tell you what kind of calories you need to be eating, and they say that if you hit 1,200 calories, that's it. That's the lowest amount you can eat, and they advise you to not go below that. And that is super dangerous, and it's already a low amount of calories to be eating to begin with. They basically just push portion control for weight loss. So if you don't use half of the formula, then you will get your maintenance calories on how much you could eat and you could do a maintenance plan off of that. But if you're trying to gain weight or bulk and build muscle, this plan is not going to be right for you. Otherwise, you also wouldn't know which nutrition plan you would be eating because it doesn't give you that option for bulking. I remember when I used these containers, I felt super restricted and hungry all of the time. My carb intake was so low and I felt absolutely hangry. I was not used to eating this little food. I felt really unhealthy. Beachbody, in my opinion, promotes a toxic dieting culture. And whenever Beachbody coaches reach out to people, they always kind of ask them, are you trying to lose weight? Are you a mom who just had a baby and you want to lose the baby weight? It's incredibly insulting because not every mother who is postpartum wants to lose their baby weight. Sometimes they're just comfortable and accepting of their bodies the way they are. There's a lot of fat shaming that goes into Beachbody and I really don't appreciate it. Health and fitness is not just about weight loss. And I personally feel that is literally what Beachbody constantly promotes is weight loss, not so much about maintaining a healthy weight or to even bulk and gain muscle. Most of their workout plans are very cardio focused to begin with. There are not a lot of strength training focused programs that Beachbody provides. There are a couple that do offer weight training like the 21-day fix and the 21-day fix extreme. There's the 80-day obsession and then there's Body Beast. But the problem is that Body Beast is more of a program that's designed towards men. It used to be about bulking, but then you cut and then you maintain and then you cut again. It's really weird and it's really not just about bulking in general for people who just want to build more muscle. And I do not recommend using or following a Beachbody diet program because you will feel like you are starving yourself. One thing that I hated about Beachbody is that they would always promote that carbs are the enemy, and they would always say that your body doesn't need a lot of carbs to be healthy. That's absolutely not true. Yes, if you are trying to lose weight, then you do need to cut back on carbs. But if you are trying to maintain your weight or you want to build muscle mass, you have to eat carbs. You have to gain weight in order to build muscle. That's just science. There's no other way around that. I personally felt like Beachbody workouts will really set people up to fail if they are not trying to lose weight. I want to now address Shakeology. I ordered, I think, the chocolate Shakeology first, and let me tell you, it was disgusting. But I would literally lie to my coach and tell her that it was so delicious and that I wanted more because I was starting to get brainwashed and believing that this was super good for me and my body, that I was nourishing my body with all the right nutrients, when that was an absolute lie. There are so many better options out there to get nutrients in, and I just recommend to just sticking with protein powder. A shake should never ever replace your meals, ever. And I was absolutely not comfortable in doing that because I need to eat. I know my body very well, and starting my day off with just a shake is not gonna help me survive my day. In fact, I will pass out. Shakeology doesn't even have that much protein in it. I believe it only has 16 grams of protein, and that's not enough. I need protein powder that has at least 22 to 25 grams of protein because I am a vegetarian, so the more protein something has, the better that is for me. So now that I've shared my experiences by doing some of the workouts and drinking Shakeology and talking about toxic diet culture, let's go on to how I got sucked into becoming a discount coach. So on September 23rd, my coach reached out to me. asking me if I wanted a discount on Shakeology and that I could save $16 on Shakeology by signing up to be a discount coach. And this is where they get you. And it is super sneaky and manipulative because once you sign up to be a discount coach, that is how Beachbody coaches end up ranking higher, and they're tricking people to sign up to be a coach just so they can get a discount, but really you're still a coach and that still counts towards them advancing in ranks. So she was literally doing this just so she could advance in the ranks and make money, because when you want to succeed in an MLM, you have to recruit people. That is the only way that you are going to make it to the tip top and make a lot of money with it. You will not make a lot of money just by selling products. The commission is very small, and the money is really where the recruiting is. She knew what she was doing, and she basically manipulated me into signing up for a discount coach, tricking me that I would get a discount on Shakeology, which yes, I did get a discount on it, but it wasn't a very good discount, and I still had to pay $40 to sign up for that. But if you do want to be a discount coach, you do get that refunded. So I did get it refunded, but I didn't like that I had to do that to begin with. I thought that's the dumbest thing, that you have to pay and then get it back just to get a discount on something. It really didn't make any sense to me whatsoever. But another thing is, when you sign up to be a discount coach, you still have to pay a $15.95 business fee every single month. And that is just stupid. Why do I need to pay this business fee just to get a discount on a product? It doesn't make any sense. The reason I had to pay this business fee is in case I wanted to refer people who wanted to see what I was doing. I could make money off of people who were interested in Shakeology or a Beachbody program, and I could make commission off of that. That was also a sneaky tactic in teaching how I could recruit people to purchase products so that they could become a discount coach later on, and then I could become Emerald status by doing that. She got me good by doing that. It was sneaky and it was manipulative of her. Plus, she got her bonus from me by having me sign up for a discount coach. So now let's fast forward to November 30th of 2015. I was starting to get very financially burned out because Shakeology cost a ton of money. And I decided to turn my home direct order off. Basically, that means auto shipment. So I turned it off because I could not have $119 being renewed on my card every single month. It was just way too much money, especially with the amount of money that I was making in grad school. I couldn't do it. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to hold back. I have enough Shakeology as is. And I didn't even like this stuff to begin with. So I don't know why I kept buying it, because I was so convinced that drinking this was going to be so good and healthy for me. So then my coach reaches out to me. She basically reminds me to get my Shakeology order in, and I told her that I had to turn it off because it was way too expensive. This was her way of saying, hey, I need you to still have your home direct order up because I'm going to lose my rank if you don't keep purchasing Shakeology every single month. Shortly after I told her that, she pitches the idea of coaching to me. And I thought to myself, I'm not sure if I want to do this. I don't think I'd be very consistent at it. And basically, I was kind of telling her how I was very scared and how I just didn't think I had it in me to be a good coach. And then she threw out, I felt the same way type 2 thing, which is something that a lot of Beachbody coaches or people in MLMs will say for people who are hesitant signing up in the beginning. They'll say, I felt the same way too. I was skeptical at first, but here I am now, and I am doing something that I absolutely love, and you can too. That is literally what they do all the time, and it's so manipulative. So she did a great job at taking advantage of me being very uneducated and not researching what Beachbody was and what the MLM experience was like. I had absolutely done zero research, and she basically convinced me to sign up and become a Beachbody coach because that's how dumb and naive I was. So as I'm telling her about how I'm scared to do this, I want to read you a conversation on how much toxic positivity she put into her message to make me feel guilty about not joining. This is what MLMs do. They thrive off of toxic positivity. What specifically makes you think you wouldn't be good at it or consistent? I know I never pictured myself being a health coach ever, or that I'd be any good at it or have time for it. But it turns out it's something that just goes hand in hand with my health journey to better myself every day. Doing things it takes to be a good coach, exercise, eat well, read personal development books to push myself, and connecting on a genuine level with people turns out to be exactly what I would want to do no matter what career I have going on otherwise. Do you value those things? Being becoming a daily part of your life. And I said, I'm just afraid of being terrible at following up with people and not being as dedicated. I'm also not a big reader, and I'm also a very picky eater. I don't want to come across as hypocritical or some fitness fraud. I'm also scared that people who do work with me won't be consistent or stick to their fitness goals too, even if I do try to keep them accountable. Fear is the key factor here, I think. So I kept saying, like, yes, I have fear. I don't think I'm going to be good at that. And that is something that a lot of people in MLMs get in here over time, and they call that as an excuse. But it's not an excuse. She did a great job at convincing me that my fear was wrong. Fear is a terrible thing to control what you do and don't with your life. And then I said, yeah, I know, thinking that everything she said made sense. But really, again, what she just said to me was toxic positivity. And she said, I'm a picky eater, not by choice, but my stomach issues. So I can tell you what I eat no way impacts what my challengers or friends think of me. Two, there are Audible books and podcasts and tons of other resources out there if books are not your thing. Letting that small factor hold you back from growing would be a shame. Consistency comes with priorities. If you were to make this priority connected to your fitness life, then you can hold yourself accountable. Plus, having me and Jamie, I'm changing the girl's name, as your mentors and cheerleaders to show you everything there is to know, make an income, and your biggest impact on other people's lives. And you couldn't ask for better partners in this, in my opinion. Stay positive, and remember, not everyone is going to be ready. It's not about convincing them to close the sale, but rather how life-changing this has been for you and how it can directly help them. Ask them their goals and struggles and relate to their journey in some way. People need you to show them that they can do it too. I sent out a message to every single person who liked it, that said this. So then she shares me a template of someone who would like and comment on a picture. And that's what Beachbody coaches will tell people to do. One way that Beachbody coaches would invite is to take a look at people who liked and commented on your post and to message every single person that liked your picture. That is so absurd. Who does that? Oh wait, people in MLMs. She literally exposed one of her tactics to me by saying she uses a copy and paste message to every single person for liking the picture, trying to make it seem like she is genuinely reaching out to them. And then later we'll bring up Beachbody and the opportunity. I decided to change my mind and I say, okay, you know what, that sounds good. I'll join. I'll become a coach. Let's go ahead and get started. And honestly, I thought this was going to be a really fun opportunity. I was excited to get started. I was excited to see what I could do with this Beachbody opportunity. And another thing she told me, if I were to ever post about Shakeology, is that I need to not mention the name in the post. And that is some sneaky tactic that people in MLMs do. They will never talk about the brand specifically because they want people to reach out to you directly and question what it is so they can get in on it. But I think the real reason is because they know that if you reveal the name of the brand of the products, people are not going to want to join because MLMs already have such a bad reputation to begin with. I understand the argument of not sharing the brand name so people can question it and not order it offline so you don't make the sale. I get that. But in reality, it's still a very sneaky and manipulative tactic. Once I got started and I started messaging people, I ran into my first objective, aka someone saying that they didn't want Shakeology, but they wanted the workout program. They actually were very excited about that. I remember it was a girl from my sorority. She was trying to lose weight. She said she already uses her own kind of protein shake and that she just wants a workout plan. Beachbody coaches, they don't want you to do a separate workout purchase because you're not going to get the kind of PV, your personal volume, that you want. They have to order a challenge pack with Shakeology in it or the recovery performance line. If they just want to order a fitness challenge, then it's not going to get you enough to rank. So they would always advise you to not let people purchase a product without Shakeology being the main product. It was super annoying. I want to quickly read you the conversation. She said, I would have personally pushed her trying Shakeology a little more. It's just a month's supply so she could try it again. Since she said she's had it before, but her new shake was cheaper. See the value it brings to her life and the value on the teams and the value of the team. See the group thread for more on that. So there was like a separate group thread. And notice how she said, this brings the value of the team, aka meaning that everyone in this upline will gain money from it, aka we're relying on you to help us make more money. Shakeology is more expensive because it has no preservatives, it has no shelf life to speak of, which is why it's not sold in stores, because the ingredients are pure. Bullshit. You can help her see the difference in the quality of the two products next time by looking up her shake's ingredients and doing a breakdown of what difference there is. I would help you if you need help deciphering what's different. That's just like people saying that Gucci offers the same thing as Target because two purses look alike. No, one is significantly higher quality product with a higher value. Shakeology is Gucci. This girl is really comparing a shake to Gucci. Dear Lord. And for a very minorly greater initial commitment for her program, our team and accountability is worth every penny of her figuring out what to do with her Shakeology. You can offer her suggestions for what to do with it, but make her understand the value by sharing what you would have been like without our team support. Would you feel the way you do? Would you care about helping others? Would you be having this conversation with her? No, because this team changed your life. What? Girl, what? Shakeology adds incredible vitality to your life, and you can earn every penny back and more with an independent business of your very own. Just so you know, if you are in an MLM, you are not a business owner. I hate how they always call this a business opportunity because it's not. If you are an MLM distributor, you are an independent contractor. When you're an independent contractor, you are not a business owner. That's like me saying that I work for YouTube. First of all, like, my channel isn't even monetized to begin with, and even when I do start making money from my YouTube videos, it's still not my business. Yes, making YouTube videos could be my full-time gig, but it wouldn't make me a business owner. I would be a business owner if I had my own product and my own brand where I sold something. Like, let's say if I had my own merch line, then I would technically be a business owner because I am selling merch and making products that are my own and that I have entire say of the company. People in MLMs will always say, don't you want to be your own CEO, be your own boss? You will never be CEO of the MLM. Never, ever, ever. So I don't know why they always say that. You do have a boss. Your upline is your boss. They are going to tell you what to do all the time and what kind of goals and expectations you should have met by the end of every single week, month, and year. So yeah, you technically do have a boss. It is your upline. So the whole MLM boss babe thing, it's a complete lie. You are just an independent contractor who has to fill out a 1099 form. You are not a CEO. You do not own Beachbody or whatever MLM you are a part of. You do not own the products. You do not make the products. All you just do is share the products with your following and try to convince them to either join your team or to try to convince them to purchase a product. That's it. So I was a part of Beachbody for 4 months, okay? I worked my ass off when I was part of Beachbody because I really wanted to make some income with this. I was a broke grad student. I felt like I didn't have anything really going for me, and I really wanted to make this work. I always set time aside for my Beachbody stuff. Once I was done with my homework and studying, I would reach out to people every single day. I would do the habits that I had to do as part of Beachbody. I had to do personal development. I'd have to message people every single day, which I always felt icky about, by the way. I was putting in the work. And my life was already stressful enough being a grad student, balancing my fitness life and balancing Beachbody on top of that. I was very burnt out and tired. So sometimes when I wanted to take a step back from Beachbody and take some time to decompress and take some time for myself, I was being told that I wasn't working hard enough or that I was being too lazy and that I wasn't even trying, which is absolute bullshit. I was trying. Sometimes you just need to take a break. It's so frustrating. I decided that it was going to be best for me to take a step back and no longer do coaching because I couldn't handle it anymore. I wasn't finding success. I was trying my hardest, and it just wasn't a good fit for me. I don't have the screenshots of how I told my coach that I was quitting, but I remember how she wasn't rude about it. I mean, she was a little bit bothered and upset because this could potentially affect her rank, but she wasn't rude about it, how other coaches and other people in MLMs would be if you choose to leave, and they will shame you for you being a failure and that you weren't trying hard enough. And that's something that people in MLMs do. There's so much shaming if you want to leave an MLM. The thing is, they will always say that 99% of those people, according to the FTC, fail at MLMs is because they didn't try hard enough, and that's absolutely not true. 99% of people do not make money from MLMs. They lose money, and it has nothing to do with them not trying hard enough. People do try hard enough because people do want to try to achieve that dream that MLMers falsely advertise to social media. It's ridiculous. Editing Ilana here really quick. One thing that I totally forgot to mention in this video is income disclosure statements. Income disclosure statements literally state how much money you can make per year depending on your rank. And my coach never even told me what an income disclosure statement was. So I was completely naive on how much money you could actually make in the business. And I didn't know what an income disclosure statement was until a few years after I left Beachbody. I will have the income disclosure statement listed up right here so you can get an idea of what people make in this business. Okay, back to the video. I decided, okay, enough is enough. I am canceling my Shakeology orders. I can't afford this anymore. That was another reason as to why I wanted to get out of Beachbody, because I could not afford to keep repurchasing Shakeology every single month. It was just way too much money. Even with the discount, it still wasn't a very good discount, and I needed to save money and spend it on other things that were necessary, like groceries and bills, because I was already making about $800 to $900 a month. That's how much I could survive off of when I was living in Kentucky. But just wait, because it gets better. It's a couple months after I graduated from my master's program, and my old upline reaches out to me on July 21st with this text message. Hey girl, how are you? I was thinking about you today. I don't know if you've seen any of my posts about Coach Summit, but it's the biggest coaching event of the year. There are all these crazy things that happen. Workouts with celebrity trainers, exclusive parties, and talks to the top personal growth experts out here. Not to mention just getting to love on our team. That is clearly a bullshit copy and paste message that she sends to everybody. I just set up an event page where I'll share the inside scoop live so you can follow along as we take that trip. AKA, I want you to get all of this FOMO to see how awesome my life is and how you're missing out on this great opportunity, because Coach Summit will be the best time of your life and you're missing out. Yep, that's what they do. They use these FOMO tactics on people. I want to give you the link because I know that you're loving our community and programs, and I thought this might give you a little more insight into kicking it up a level in terms of that coach life if you were to keep it up while you are on your job hunt. Even after that, on the side, you know I believe in you, that you'd be a rock star coach, even just part-time. And you're someone who I'd love to take trips like this with you in the future. After we get back from Summit around August 1st, so she puts a date on it, we can touch base and see if you wanted to try another round of coach training and get back on the horse. So, she literally reaches out to me again because she's probably desperate that her downline is already crumbling and she really needs to get people back onto her team. After I told her I didn't want to do this, she comes back out to me months later, so this is what I sent to her. Hey girl, I'm doing good. I don't think I want to do coaching right now. That was a lie. I definitely knew I didn't want to do coaching right now. I just didn't know how to say no to her because I lacked so much confidence. I can't rely on it as my income right now. I will definitely still follow your trip to Summit though. That was a lie. I didn't do that. I know coaching is super important to you and you're really good at it, but I'm not interested in doing a home business right now. I still love you and the community. I do want to get back on Shakeology. So the reason I said this because I was still brainwashed by Beachbody products. I still continued to use them after I stopped coaching because I kept telling myself that I liked Shakeology even though I didn't, and I didn't want to disappoint her. So that's why I basically said that to her. I'm just not in a good place in life right now to be coaching. Then she says, totally hear you. Follow us for some laughs and loves. For sure, what's going on in your life right now. And I just tell her how it's important for me to just focus on my job search. I have an interview coming up. I'm just trying hard to stay focused and stay positive. I'm really stressed out between apps, interviewing, and moving. And that was basically the end of that conversation. There wasn't really more after that. So then August 18th rolls around and oh my goodness, she does not know how to stop. Hey babe, how are you? How's the job search going? Did the job in California work out? Fill me in on life. I don't know if you got my email, so I wanted to make sure you know about the amazing stuff happening with my Fit Fam next month. Everything is on sale. All of the challenge packs, including the new cardio dance program, Country Heat, and the Beachbody On Demand CP with the 3-week yoga retreat. So if you have been considering trying out a new program recently, this is the best time. I don't know about you, but a good deal rocks my world. And then there's a health bet. Beachbody puts $3 million down and are betting that we can complete the challenge. We just have to log 3 workouts and 5 Shakos a week in September, and we'll earn that piece of that $3 million. Like a free check in the mail. Crazy, right? Good number of peeps in the Fit Fam got a new CP or are trying out Beachbody On Demand, and they're doing the health bet to earn some of the money back. LOL. Literally getting paid to get fit. I'm excited if you can't tell. Let me know either way if you want to participate. I hope this is a good time for you to jump back in. Basically, she went through this whole spiel and says, oh, by the way, I really want you to jump back in because I can get money, and so can you. I had no desire to do that. So then I say to her, hey girl, it's been pretty busy. I move on Saturday and I've been in a process of cleaning and such. Just telling her about the interviews that I had going up. Just saying how I've been confused about certain things in the process. I say, country heat sounds interesting, but I'm unemployed right now. I can't pay for anything. $3 million thing sounds interesting. May be able to do that. I would just have to buy the Shakeology sampler to do that because that's the only thing that I can get my hands on because I'm poor. I can't afford anything. So she was saying how confusing that is to be getting led on into circles in different interviews. She was saying her boyfriend at the time was dealing with that. And she said, you'll get this though. And if not, this opportunity, the perfect one is right around the corner. Is there some other program you'd want to try and pick up as a coach again? So she literally brings up me being a coach again when I told her no. And you could find a few friends that do it too to make it free for you. You don't have to think of it as coaching necessarily. Really? Just a way to get your pack free and have some friends join alongside of you. She was saying if I sign up, she'll do all the dirty work for me, recruit those people to become a coach so she can get the credit and I can help her. I told her, bummer that I can't use a sampler, and I told her, unfortunately, again, I cannot rely on coaching as my source of income right now. Even if I were to sell 3 challenge packs, I wouldn't use it to pay for my Shakeology. Sorry, I just wouldn't. However, I'm glad to hear you're loving working with my friend. She's a great girl. I wish I could get back on the train, but it's not something I can afford to do right now. Again, that was a lie. I really didn't want to get back on the train at all. And she was saying, oh, I didn't mean continue to be a coach since I know that's not a big interest of yours. Then why were you keep trying to get me to come back? I just meant to back your CP you buy. Then you can put your Shakeology on hold until you have steady employment. So I would be splitting the pack with 3 friends. I'm confused. And she said, in theory you could, but I just meant you need to sign 3 people up, and the commission from that equals what you pay for a challenge pack. Remember how Success Club works? Signing 3 people up is more than what a challenge pack costs. When you sign up 3 people, the commission that you get off of that for recruiting people does equate to the cost of the challenge pack. So technically you could pay it off, but you still lose money. So you pay off that $160, whatever it was, and then you really only pocket $5. Woohoo, a whopping $5. So much financial freedom. And I said, I'm sorry, I think I'm gonna have to pass right now. I just really need to focus on trying to secure employment right now. What I'm about to read to you next literally just blew my mind. I was so disappointed and hurt by what she said because she completely gaslit me about me being stressed out about being unemployed. So let me tell you what she said. I totally get that, girl. I'm sorry you're going through a lot, but I do definitely think it's so healthy for us to not obsess about why don't I have a job yet? My boyfriend got stuck down that rabbit hole and it really helped him have a new physical goal to stick to. We challenged each other and it was a really good distraction. I feel like this would really help keep things positive for you and at least give you a mini mission to accomplish before all the balls land in their courts for your job. It's totally your call though. I believe in you. You will get a job that you love and you can totally make this happen so you can knock a program out. She, again, was using toxic positivity to tell me, you shouldn't feel stressed out about being unemployed. It's not healthy to think about this and obsess about it. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't have money. I don't have anything going for my life right now. This is not an opportunity for me to make money. This is not what I need to be doing. I need to be focusing on getting a real steady paycheck. So yes, it is okay if I'm able to feel stressed out about wanting to get a job and how that's important to me and how I need to be interviewing. That is my priority. It is not unhealthy to want a job. And I just felt very gaslit by that. Basically, I told her I couldn't go through this and if I wanted to sign up for a discount coach again, because my brain was still tricked into thinking that I liked Shakeology still, but I couldn't do this until November, assuming that I was going to be employed by then. And also, there was a 6-month rule where once you quit coaching, you have to wait 6 more months to sign up for a coach again. That's like Beachbody's policy. September 22nd rolls around and she comes back to try to annoy me again. She messages me about how life is going and she tries to convince me to do coaching again. So I tell her about my interviews and how I'm starting to end up in depression and how I'm gonna see a therapist soon. I feel horrible and embarrassed because I didn't have a job. And she said, I'm so sorry. Rejection's really hard. It can deeply hurt our spirit. Have you heard about the book of Rejection Proof? Or maybe just pick up You Are a Badass again to supplement your therapy. I feel for you, girl. I know what it's like. There's something that's been floating in the back of my mind, and by no means do you need to say yes, but I just keep thinking that you have an amazing opportunity as a coach right in front of you that you can apply all of your knowledge and love of being a therapist to. She was saying you were one hell of a coach. You were so invested in helping people, but you were so distracted by school, your gym life, your future, and all that, so you weren't 100% in. So here she goes, shaming me for how I was super distracted and how I wasn't invested enough and how I didn't try hard enough because I was so distracted by everything going on in my life. She says, I know that if you did go all in, you would succeed with flying colors, and at this point, what's there to lose? You could fill the time between applicants still helping people like you would want to do with your career. You'd just be building a different means to do it independently. It has just been in my mind for a while because you are really so special and have the total ability to change the world, but you're letting other people decide what you're worth and able to do right now because of all these job rejections, which kills me to see. Let me know if you want to FaceTime and just chat about the possibility. No pressure, I'm here for you. I said, thanks, it means a lot. I know you really liked me being a coach, but sales and marketing isn't something I want to focus on. I know it's more than that and helping people too, but right now I'm really not in a good position to do so. I really didn't like coaching, despite the fact that I was good trying to uplift people and inspire others to work out. I just felt like I truly wasn't myself while coaching because marketing myself in the way isn't something that just isn't me. I was icky about doing this. I didn't like what I was doing, so that's why I wasn't comfortable with it. I know you always have faith in me and never stop believing, but I can't rely on that as my source of income. My full-time job right now needs to be looking for full-time jobs at the moment. I told her, no, I can't do this, and she just didn't listen. So then the next thing she tells me is how my first go around was basically of her trying to tell me to do things and how I was kind of marketing myself in her shoes. And she said, but I also disagree that coaching couldn't ever be something that is totally for you and fulfills you in the same way. When you get caught up in the business side of things because you were so strictly part-time, then it's hard to see the big picture of talking to people on a daily basis about their personal lives without any ulterior motive, just relationship building. But when you have so little time to just give to it, then it turns into something that can feel like sales and marketing. Just a food for thought. That's why I don't think you liked it that time. Your marketing was projecting a lot of me onto you rather than you finding yourself and projecting that out onto the sense of the world, if that makes sense. Anyway, those are my 2 cents. You know I believe in you 1,000%, but you're totally right that you need to want to do it and see the vision for your own life and what you would create out of this. And basically, I just told her I didn't have the passion to do this anymore. I told her to just please drop it. So she dropped it, and I didn't hear back from her after that until I heard back from her again. December 16th, 2016 rolls around. She had messaged me about possibly getting back into Shakeology again. And I had finally had a job. I was already in San Francisco, and I agreed to possibly doing Beachbody on demand. I told her, yeah, I could possibly get back into Shakeology. I just live in a very expensive city. I just make sure that I have the money for rent. She was like, you're talking to a girl who lives in New York City. I get it. She also wanted to know if I wanted to do the 3-day refresh once Christmas was over. She told me some dates, and I told her, absolutely not. I'm not doing the 3-day refresh. That is so terrible for your body. I said, I will reconsider renewing my Shakeology in the middle of the month. And I said, once January 15th passes, I should be able to be a bit more financially secure and be ready to have shakes again. I just still wasn't in a financially good spot to still get Shakeology because I had just moved to San Francisco. Rent was very expensive, and Shakeology was the last thing for me to be getting, even though I was still brainwashed into thinking that Shakeology was a great product that I needed, even though I absolutely hated it. Why was I doing this to myself? I don't know. So she decides to ask me what kind of workouts I'm doing, what my routine is. I told her I'm trying to get a gym membership, and I told her what my daily routine was like. She wanted to know, like, why are you up so early for an 8:30 a.m. client? Is your commute long? And I said, that's when the client's school starts, and I tell her about my workout plan. She wants to know how long I'm lifting. I think you could split the time at the gym with country heat and do a high weight, low rep, faster workout. Would hammer and chisel help cut down the time? I told her I'm not doing hammer and chisel again because I tried that program out when I was a coach, and I absolutely hated hammer and chisel because it was a lot of full body workouts, and I don't like doing full body workouts. I like focusing on certain muscle groups. So let's talk about February 8th, 2017, because she pops up into my DMs once again. So she asked me how I'm doing, told her I'm doing well. And this is what she tells me. That's great to hear. I'm so glad you love your job. I'm doing great. Getting back into the groove with Max 30, telling me a little bit more about her life. Then she asked, did you have any interest in getting this challenge pack deal to get your Shakeology back up and going and having fun playing with all the programs? This thing even includes the 3 new programs that launched this year for free. So it's hell of a deal from Beachbody. I can't believe they're giving away all the programs for free this cheap, so honestly, haha. So I asked her, what are these 3 new programs going to be? She says, we don't know yet. That's something that people in MLMs like to do. They find out that there's this super big thing coming out, and they'll be like, we don't know what it is, but we know it's going to be huge. I told her, well, I'm hoping it will be a strength training program because I don't need to do a lot of cardio because most Beachbody programs are pretty cardio focused. And she goes, I feel that is likely. People really liked Hammer and Chisel, and that plus Body Beast are all that they have in kind. They have so many cardio options. I think you're right that they will likely do that. And I said, yeah, they really need more strength training stuff. She said, have you ever tried 21 Day Fix Extreme? I feel like you'd really like that. And I said, I forgot that existed. She was saying how the deal ended up being $199 for the whole thing after February. And I told her, I just don't have that kind of money. I would rather just do a regular challenge pack. And then nothing came out of that conversation after that. And I told her, get back to me in March. Boy, did she get back to me in March. She asked me how everything was going, and she said, I know you mentioned March would be a better time for you to get all set up with the all access and programs in Shakeology. So would you like me to send you the enrollment link? She told me about some programs that she's loving. Didn't you say 21 Day Fix Extreme was the next thing you tackle? I told her, I looked into the Extreme, but I remembered only being 1 arms day, 1 leg day, and 2 cardio, and I said, I need more lifting than that. This is when I told her how I was thinking about looking into a bikini competition coach, but not actually competing since I didn't have the money for that yet. I still wasn't ready to compete in a bikini competition at the time, so I had a whole nother fear and insecurity for that in itself. She said, if the 21 Day Fix Extreme isn't going to work for you, what about Body Beast? Hammer and Chisel, Core de Force? Do you know how chiseled some of our coaches have gotten from these things? You already live in the most expensive city in the country and you run yourself ragged. So get back on the wagon with accountability, commit to a program, and get yourself the performance line so we can give you pre-workout boost and muscle recovery BCAA. That was really annoying because she literally gaslit me for living in an expensive city. I'm allowed to live in an expensive city. I'm allowed for me to put all my money towards my rent and other things that help me get by. Joining Beachbody really isn't that big of a priority for me. It was something I was thinking about just because I was still trying to figure out my workout regimen since I just didn't have anything to fall back on. Then we get into the whole bikini competition part because this made me super angry. I get the appeal of bikini competitions, but don't forget that Beachbody has its own bikini competitions where competitors only use programs to get those same bodies. Let me just start off by saying that Beachbody's bikini competition, it's called the Beachbody Classic, is an absolute joke. They do not compare people properly. It is literally just based off of weight loss. Now, don't get me wrong. I know how much confidence and bravery it takes to get up on a stage, parading around in a skimpy bikini to show off your hard work. I am not going to discredit all the women who have worked really hard to show off their progress. That is part of bodybuilding and when you're on stage. So I'm not going to invalidate women's experiences for wanting to compete in a bikini competition of any sort. But personally, I do not like how Beachbody goes on with the way about their bikini competitions. That's a whole nother issue in itself that I really don't want to get into. You cannot rely on a Beachbody program to prepare for a bikini competition. I don't recommend Beachbody's programs for bikini competition because Beachbody workouts and diets are not going to get adjusted for you. You have to figure out that yourself if you don't have a coach. And that's why I'm very against using Beachbody programs to prepare for bikini competition. I have seen women do it and I have seen women place in shows. That's great, but they still have to hire somebody to teach them how to pose because guess what? Beachbody programs aren't going to provide that for you. Beachbody programs do not change your diet as you go along. So some of those women must have already been physically fit or have good genetics to lose weight so they can succeed in a bikini competition. She said, it will work for you if you work for it. You've just decided to not explore your options. I'd be happy to coach you back to where you were and beyond in fitness. This Ilana isn't the beast mode Ilana I knew when she was kicking ass in the Fit Fam. Bikini competitor coaches are intense and expensive. You can get where you want to go with these tools at literally pennies on thousands that people will pay for a trainer to tell them to do the exam exercises you can do on these programs. Ha! This made me so mad because she literally has no idea what she's talking about. Yes, bikini competition coaches are expensive. She's not wrong about that. Also, preparing for a competition isn't always intense depending on where you are at in your fitness goals. Yes, I go through a very intense and rigid exercise regimen, but that's okay. I want it to be intense. She is saying if you sign up with a coach, you're going to have a miserable time. That's not necessarily true. And for her to make these assumptions with something that she absolutely has no experience with absolutely hurt to hear, and I didn't like that. She was very uneducated about this topic. I sort of clapped back at her for the comments that she made. So I hated Hammer and Chisel because it's a poorly designed program in my opinion and created muscle imbalances for me. Body Beast was great and I saw results, but it's totally more designed for men and they need to completely change that program because the meal plans don't take a lot of things into consideration like height and age. A 5 woman shouldn't be eating 1,800 calories to lose weight, and that was the lowest thing in their book. I had to do my own calculation and modify it because it didn't take a few factors into consideration. Basically, I used a macros calculator to figure out how many calories I should be eating per day. I'm fine checking out the performance line, that's something reasonable, but right now I know I could benefit with some in-person training. I've already gotten in contact with people who are affordable and not hella expensive. I want intense, to be honest, and Beachbody doesn't always incorporate the kinds of exercises that trainers do. I don't see any barbell squats, leg presses, barbell deadlifts, and any other weights in their programs. I do believe Beachbody workouts are good and have given me results, but I don't want to keep repeating the same thing over and over again. It got boring. Chica just kind of asked me what I was going to plan on doing with a trainer and how often I would cycle my workouts and how often I would do cardio. She just kept trying to push the performance line on me, and it was really annoying. She kept saying you can take BCAAs and use our protein powder instead of doing Shakeology if this is a better alternative for you. I told her I hadn't hired anyone, and I said I don't have a specific answer for you on what I'm going to be doing with a trainer, but I do want to compete, just not until next year. And I said, you know, I bet there are women who compete in bikini competitions with Beachbody, but I bet you that they still have coaches that they're working with, because it's more than diet and exercise for those things. I told her the date that I was going to get paid in April, and I would consider at least getting the Beachbody on-demand performance line so it could give me something at a time being while I was waiting to get my personal trainer set up. Then she basically told me that that was going to cost $140. Then I pretty much got sucked into purchasing this performance line pack. I re-signed up for discount coaching like the idiot that I was because I just didn't know how to say no. I kept wanting to think that Beachbody workouts was the only way that I could live this healthy, fit, and active lifestyle, when that certainly isn't the case. I felt so manipulated by the woman who used to be part of my upline. I felt really crummy about doing this, so I put down another $140 for another starter pack and went back to discount coaching so I could get a discount on the performance line products. And I didn't even like the pre-workout that came with it. It tasted disgusting. It was way too tart and lemony, and I really didn't want to keep wasting my money on that. I will say their protein powder was actually pretty solid. It had 22 grams of protein. It wasn't too sweet. It wasn't too bitter or chalky. It's actually a solid protein powder, so I will give Beachbody some credit with their protein powder. If it wasn't so expensive and not registered under Beachbody's name, then I would consider buying it again. But I found other protein powders that I can use that are better than Beachbody's protein powder and have better ingredients than Beachbody's protein powder. I did this performance line pack for another 1 or 2 months, and then I quit my subscription and officially canceled my discount coaching. I was done. Enough was enough. I'm pretty sure I didn't even tell my upline that I quit. I just did it because this was a waste of money. Something just finally clicked and said, Ilana, stop doing this. Stop affiliating yourself with Beachbody. This is bad for you. This is toxic. You've lost so much money buying products that don't work for you over and over again. So something finally clicked and I finally left. Oh, but just wait. That's not the end of it. Let me tell you the last time that she reached out to me. December 28th, 2017. Hey lovely, long time no see. How's Bikini training going? Would love to hear your updates. Also, I don't know if you've caught on what's been going on in my coaching group, but all coaches got invited to be part of a national test group for Autumn's brand new program, 80-Day Obsession. This group is led by Autumn herself on her health nutrition team, and she said anyone with the kit materials will be part of her first ever live challenge group. The program involves timed nutrition and 80 different workouts every day. So she literally filmed 80 totally unique workouts and will be going live in the group daily to assist with questions and will form questions. There's a massive typo here. I don't even know what she's trying to say. I thought you might be interested. And I said, hey girl, my prep's going well. I work out 5 to 6 times a week, cardio for 60 minutes, 3 times a week, and then 3 times HIIT plus steady state cardio on top. I have 4 lifting days and only 1 plyo day. It's a lot. I also have a very strict diet with all low carb days except for 1 high carb day, which is great. I'm currently waiting for my suit to come in. The show is in February. I've heard of the 80-day obsession, but right now I don't have enough room or even time to incorporate it into my plan. I would definitely prefer to stick to my coach's plan for the time being and use her diet for now because our diet is different than Autumn's Cup program. It sounds like a great program and I can totally look into it once I'm off season. That was a lie. I was never going to look into it. That was the last time that she bothered me, trying to get me to come back to Beachbody. And funny enough, I am proud to say that she is no longer a part of Beachbody. I can't remember when she left, but I think it was either late in 2018 or sometime in 2019 where she finally got out. Her and her friend who did this together both left the MLM together, and now both of them are certified life coaches. They finally got credentials to actually do some life coaching because I think they actually really like the aspect of trying to help people and coach them in some kind of way. But the fact that they didn't have credentials, I believe that they were even guilty of the things that they said and did when they were Beachbody coaches. And I'm glad that both of them got out when they could. I always kind of wonder what they think about it looking back on this now to see if they regret doing all of this and the things that they said. But I want to note that, yes, my upline really annoyed me over and over again by trying to get me to come back, but I do not think she's a horrible person at all. I think she's a fantastic individual, and if she were to keep doing this to me today, I would not be scared to say no, F off. I do not want any part of being in an MLM. And when people who reach out to me for their MLMs, I just don't even reply back to their messages because there's just no point in getting into an argument with someone who's in an MLM because they refuse to listen to the facts and they will tell you what they need to say so they can manipulate you and get you on their team. I do forgive her for putting me through all of this because I really don't think she's a bad person. She's totally forgiven, and I think nothing less of her. I'm just glad that she got out. So I know this was a very long video. Thank you for sticking to the end and listening to this story. It was a lot of information, but this is exactly why I left Beachbody and why you should not be part of MLMs. There's so much toxic positivity that goes on. There's a lot of lying and manipulation. I could go on and on about MLMs in general, but again, I don't want to make this an anti-MLM channel. I'm just sticking to videos about San Francisco content with me sharing personal stories about once a month, and I chose this as my personal story for once a month. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it and you felt like it was valuable, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Also, if you've been a part of an MLM, comment down below and let me know your story and how you got out. I'd love to know what's been going on with you. And with that being said, I will see y'all in my next video. Bye!